Yeah, that was... I knew she was going to say it because it's her bio. She lives by that.
I live by it. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Nikita. I am the head of talent acquisition.
I'm SJ and I am one of the creative directors and the head of content at Coarsen.
So I'm Ray and I'm a creative producer and researcher here at Coarsen. Okay, so I am Renee and I am the artistic director, social media designer and stylist here at Coarsen.
Hiya, I'm Tia and at Coarsen I am head of production and one of the creative directors.
I'm Stacey, I'm the production manager and set designer and a creative at Coarsen.
Hi, I'm Alexa and I'm head of editorial at Coarsen.
My name's Sheba and I'm the PR manager and head of events and partnerships here at Coarsen. I'm also an in-house feature writer.
So as head of content and a creative director at Coarsen, I'm normally one of the people coming up with the ideas that we use as like projects within the group. And I'm normally the person that's sending voice notes late at night with ideas that don't really make sense, but they listen to me and make it work anyway. My hopes for the future is that we just grow as a community and really build a solid platform for people to feel safe to express however they feel like they need to or want to. I am just really for representation in underrepresented areas, and I just feel like there's been such an incredible movement towards the LGBTQ community having better representation, women, non-binary people, and I just want to be one of the driving forces in keeping that moving so that we're in a much better world for free art and free expression everywhere.
So yeah, like I said before, my role pretty much consists of communicating. Your girl's a communicator, she's a talker. So I like to reach out to artists, particularly that I see on Instagram, or artists that are friends of the studio, and just say, hey, this is what we're about, this is what we're doing, we think you'll be a great fit, and we want to show you off, we want to highlight and amplify you because your work is incredible. So that's what I do. I'm a talker and a gasser, and I am also a visual person like everybody in Coarsen. So it's my job to make sure that the website is sitting pretty, we've got the art and the content that we know our community is going to love because we love it. And I am also a writer. So your girl is writing articles, your girl is writing poetry. And again, like everyone else in the studio, I'm also a producer. Like, we're 8 creative babes. We all have stories to tell. We all want to uplift people like us. So yeah, I produce ill shit.
So at Coarsen, I come up, obviously I work as a producer and a researcher, so I come up with these ideas, I come up with concepts, I relay that to the group, and then I conduct a shitload of research and then present that artistically, and then that has a heavy influence on what kind of things we create for you guys to enjoy on our website, our YouTube and our Instagram. Okay, so I am, like I said, an artistic director, so any of the content that we put out, I am the person who's like looking at like the sort of theme, the sort of artistic like interpretation of the content we try to create. I also deal with a lot of like the visual films that we do, a lot of the editorial films that I do with myself and Alexa, and I obviously, you know, work with the styling, so any of the shoots that we do, I'm the stylist that is there on the day. And then of course with social media, I just post our content on the Instagram page and obviously showcase other talents on there too. And with regards to like the future, I just want us to take over the world. That's literally it, period.
So at Coarsen, I head up production, so that involves anything that we do in live action, anything in pre-production, giving advice to everyone on what works and what can't work, and just basically being that focal point for any question that anybody needs to ask. And as a creative director, it's just having a creative voice to oversee and discuss and make sure that I am utilising my creative abilities, because I think every single person at Coarsen has an amazing creative standpoint, and I think when we all come together and we just hash it out, we just make magic.
At the moment, my main role is kind of taking the ideas and making them, or helping to make them a reality. So mostly from the tech side, I love some lights, I love some sound, I love all of the little nitty gritty bits that help put everything together. So that is what I do. in the future, I want to be creating more. I want to see Coarsen doing banging events that you guys will need to come to. But yeah, we're gonna bang. That's the future of Coarsen. There you go.
So at Coarsen, I'm head of editorial and I'm the in-house makeup artist. So I deal with all the visual aspects of us as a brand. So obviously makeup, styling, sets, just everything visually that you see.
So currently, because of Miss Rona, we've not been able to like host any events or like jump into the projects as fully as we'd want to. But we've got a lot in the bag. It's coming. Everyone's going to know Coarsen in the next, like, I'm going to say 1 to 2 years.
Pride to me means unlimited joy, like just feeling the most joy that you possibly can about something and being as authentic in that feeling as possible. Like when I feel proud of myself or the people I love, my heart feels like it could literally burst with how happy I am. So that's the main feeling I take away from being proud of something.
Pride to me means creating a safe space for the people I care about the most. Like, I am a cisgender heterosexual woman, so I understand that I will never experience what the people I love go through on a day-to-day basis. And for me as an ally, it's my duty to acknowledge the things that they go through, celebrate who they are, celebrate the community, and just fight for them, really. So that's what pride means to me. It's a really difficult question to answer, and I have rehearsed this so many times, but pride to me, this is going to sound really wanky, it's about being proud of who I am as a person, being proud of the people that I surround myself with. It's about being authentically myself. It's about kind of being around people who have the same life experiences as me, and kind of acknowledging that we shouldn't be ashamed. We should be free to be whoever we want, to love whoever we want. And yeah.
To me, pride, and I'm wearing the green colour for the flag, means to me being a central hub of acceptance for anybody, no matter what your race, sexuality, religion, gender, like literally anything. I want to make sure that people feel that they can come to me, talk to me, and I can also be an advocate for pride. I can be an advocate for anybody that needs it, because there's so many people that's voices aren't heard, and I feel like as a black person especially, you need, like, I understand what that feels like, so I want to make sure that I'm just accepting of everyone.
I think defining like what pride means to me, I have to take into account that obviously I'm like both black and bisexual. So I think it's just like owning your truth, like being unapologetically you, and yeah, just being proud. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but is what it is.
So pride means to me listening, learning, so that I can be a better ally every month of the year. Listening to their experiences, celebrating with them, but also taking the information shared so that I, as a straight cis person, can keep working towards making everyone in the LGBTQ+ community feel safe and secure.
I'm pretending like I didn't know this question was coming up, but it's just a very hard question to answer, because sometimes your girl can feel a bit fraudulent, innit? I'm not always proud of my queerness. Your girl is going through some gender identity crises / questions. So for me right now, my pride sits in my work, in my art. So even with the platform, when I scroll down through the features and I see somebody like Noor, who is a woman in a hijab, representing herself, but also is an incredible artist in her own right, and we've been able to give her a platform, that makes me so, so proud.
Pride in a 2021, pride in a big 2021, to me, is a fuck off to prejudice of the past, basically. It's us, like, being comfortable for once. Like, I think pride before was a protest, pride now is celebration. It's saying fuck off to people who don't want to see us. We're here.
I think The people around me. I'm very, very lucky to have been born and raised in London, South West London to be specific, South London to the world. But there's just so many incredibly talented people in London and South London, and most of the people that I've met here have just inspired me every step of the way. Like, I always say to anyone who will hear it that I am so privileged to be around the people that I am, particularly the people at Coarsen. And they genuinely motivate me as an artist to do better and be better, because they're fucking sick.
I motivate myself because I feel like I have a story to tell. I feel like I've got a very unique story, which you'll definitely hear about one day. So I am motivated to create because I also know that I'm not the only unique person, and you need to see somebody like yourself in order sometimes to feel comfortable enough to express yourself. So I motivate myself, my experiences motivate me, the people around me motivate me, but it all comes back to me.
I think when you're obviously someone that's quite creative, there's not necessarily any type of motivation that you need just to be you. I feel like you create your art and it's something that comes from within. So I wouldn't say I have any external motivators that are constantly pushing me, apart from obviously my girls here at Coarsen. But yeah, I think it's just comes from deep within.
So what motivates me as an artist is freedom, autonomy, and basically this idea that I can be completely expressive. So when I create art, kind of like my creative process, I guess, is that I completely remove the people. I completely remove like the audience, so I'm not creating art for other people, I'm creating it for myself. So all of my art really just addresses who I am as a person. It addresses my life, it addresses, my history, my heritage, my experiences, and that really is just what motivates me.
What doesn't motivate me as an artist? I feel like as an artist, I try to pick and take from everything that I do to get my motivation. I might be motivated by sex, by destruction, by creation, by beauty, by ugliness. I find a lot of different things inspirational and motivating. There you go.
Art is a freedom of expression, and that's literally it. I'm really shit at articulating myself with words, so I much prefer to express myself visually, and that is my outlet. So that is why I do what I do.
Lately, obviously, Coarsen, everyone brings something different to the table. We're all creatives ourselves, so they're really inspiring. They inspire me. Everyone's so hardworking and really passionate, and obviously all the artists that we share, that's amazing in itself. I think my fellow co-founder Renee, we really bounce off each other, and our outcomes, we always see the outcome the same, so we work really well together. And I'm really at the moment into editorial and fashion films, so that's what's currently inspiring me.
Is most definitely people's experiences with each other, culture, and specifically how people grow up. I think where I tapped into my creativity was when I turned the camera around on myself and I started to look at my upbringing and how I was as a child and how my relationships are with people, and I love that communication between everybody and capturing that on camera, hence working in production. So yeah, that's what that is.
Favourite song right now is Roots Rock Reggae by Bob Marley.
My favourite song has changed like 3 times this week. Right now, I would say it is Blessed by Wizkid.
So my favourite song has been my favourite song for a while, and it would just be The Other Side by Moonchild.
Something Different by Adderton Lay Gold.
Mama Stay, Western. It has to be. You'll always catch me singing that tune, like the beat of like the rhythm, like the one shot of the video, if it was a one shot, because I'm not sure, I'm still trying to work it out. Like, you're the bag, so secure yourself. I am the fucking bag, so I'm securing myself, and that's on period.
Favourite song right now is Little Sims featuring Cleo Soul, Woman.
Right now, I think I'm bumping Little Sims, Woman a lot. She's an absolute vibe. Cleo Sowell, who's featuring it as well, her voice is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, everyone go check her out.
My favourite song right now is probably an oldie but a goodie, Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, just because it always gets me in the mood. I've got really fond memories of it and it's got me through lockdown.
I think Inception, because I've really thought about it, and I like films that really make me question reality and take me out of the world that we're in. Obviously Marvel and Harry Potter and they're very good, but Inception is like real life, inside your dreams, and it's one of the only films that I've ever seen that I've come out of the cinema and been like, what the fuck just happened to me in that room? So yeah, that's why.
I would say my favourite film would be Baby Driver. I love that film because it's very nostalgic. Like, obviously it's set in like the 21st century, but there's that sort of like 90s 80s vintage vibe, and the musicality is on point. Absolutely love that film.
Right, so for me, this is a big confession. Up until last year, I would never watch the same movie twice, and I would never watch anything before 2006. I've broken that now, and I am watching a lot more movies and realising that I just fucking love comedies, and Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective will always be like a glove, the best thing ever.
Favorite film is probably Mary Poppins, just because I have really fond memories of childhood. I used to watch it with my nan. Every time we went round there, we'd just beg her to watch it, so she probably watched it thousands upon thousands of times. But yeah, fond memories.
My favourite film, just in general, is Blue Valentine, and it's a small film starring a young-ish Ryan Reynolds and Michelle Williams. And it's basically about like just the story of a relationship from when these people meet from young, they're like 18, up until when their marriage falls apart and they get divorced at like 32. I don't see a lot of films like that with a lot of beautiful people, do you know what I mean? So I just really appreciated the incredible storytelling and the realness.
So my favourite film, really simple, I've been obsessed with it for years, is V for Vendetta, and that's purely because it's a thought-provoking film. I love it.
At the moment, my favourite film is Black Swan. Don't ask me why, but what's her name? Mila Kunis. She's so sexy in that film. Oh my days. Okay. Anyway, carry on.
Spinelli, of course. I've been saying it forever, so if I didn't say it now, it wouldn't be right.
I would say Fleabag, just because she's very self-deprecating. She's kind of funny. Not that I think I'm really funny, but I try to be. I always try. I would say that's me.
So I felt like I was a very unique person earlier, right? I don't feel like there's anyone I can compare myself to, but somebody in Coarsen, I'm not going to say any names, but she's a twin and she's not Renee, but no names. I'm not going to say who, but she said I was Sheldon, and when I heard it, I was hurt. But you know what? Your girl is organised, your girl is a little bit anal, your girl is going to have a PhD one day, do you know what I mean? She's smart, smart. And I'm happy with that.
I'm definitely, I don't watch enough fiction to really know, but I would say at the moment I'm very much like Elle from Death Note. If you've ever watched that anime, I sit like Elle. I'll be like this in work, just sat on my desk, just like typing on my computer. But that's who I'm like, I would say.
Have to be Chelsea from Waterloo Road. Like, she's so dopey, so ditzy, doesn't really know what's going on, but she's always really funny. I feel like that is me, 100%.
Fictional character, for me, this was a hard one. I was like trying to think like really hard, and I realised like I'm actually a Bratz doll, like, and most specifically all the memes about the Bratz dolls, like they're always with these random songs, like with their little dance moves, and that is actually me, like all encompassing Bratz doll. Yeah, that's definitely me.
I watch a lot of TV and like series and films, and I absolutely love the hormone monster from Big Mouth. I feel like because I'm very sexually liberated and I talk a lot. Yeah.
Be kind to your mother. louder, 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 louder. Say, turn off the radio, blast your stereo right now. Huh. This is a little right. Damn, 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 damn. Oh, hey, da 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 da.